Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. We're going to make cookies, but we're going to make trail mix cookies. And you can use whatever favorite brand that you want. I have this trail mix that has peanuts in it. It has cinnamon coated almonds in it. It has chocolate covered macadamia nuts, and then of course the very familiar candy that we're used to eating all the time that are in all the different colors. It really makes for a delicious cookie. You are going to need about at least 3 cups, to even 3.5 cups of your favorite trail mix. And you know, there's so many varieties, that type of thing. Well, before we get started, I want to mention really quick that all the recipes, the ingredients and the amounts are no longer going to be listed below. Myself and so many other people on YouTube have had our videos well copied, stolen, if you prefer to use that word. And it's a lot of work, and it's just easier now to give you, as I always have, the ingredients step by step. So you're going to have to watch the video to be able to get that recipe. But like I said, I'm doing this basically because so many of us that put our videos on YouTube are being copied. And they're being put on different channels. So I'm going to remind you throughout my video that my videos will only be shown, and the photos that are taken of my product and my baked contents is on YouTube under Diane Lovetobake. Only me. No one else. So let's get started. We're going to first start putting 1 cup of granulated sugar into my stand-up. You can certainly do this with a hand mixer. I find it much easier for the video and quicker with my stand-up. You're also going to be putting in 1 cup of brown sugar. I'm going to break that up a little bit and then just start stirring it a little bit together. You're also going to be putting in 1 cup of your favorite peanut butter. Now I'm using creamy. You've got a lot of nuts in your trail mix that you don't have to use, you know, the peanut butter with crunchy, but if you want to, feel free. But this is the creamy, and it's 1 cup, so we're going to put that in. And then we're going to start creaming this peanut butter and the brown sugar and the granulated together. And just stay with that till it's smooth, okay? You're going to be putting in 1 cup of butter, or if you don't have butter, don't like butter, use margarine. I cut it up into small pieces because I think it's easier to cream and quicker to blend in and mix. So we're going to blend that in. Okay, and again, just stay with it till it's nice and smooth, okay? You're also going to be putting in a 1/2 cup of shortening with it. Now, if you don't like shortening, you might not want or like these cookies, but it really makes the taste of the cookie so much richer. And they're soft and chewy on the inside, but they also have a crisp factor to them. So let's beat that in. So that was a 1/2 cup of the solid shortening. We're also going to put 2 teaspoons of vanilla in, and we're going to beat that together. Okay, now I just want to get to the sides and to the bottom of my mixing bowl a little bit to make sure, and just beat it till it's creamy. It really doesn't take you that long. What we're going to put in now are 2 eggs. One of my eggs is broken, as you notice, and they've been at room temperature. And again, just beat it till it's smooth, and that should take you probably a minute, maybe 2 minutes. And again, I'm beating mine on medium-high to move it along for the video. You certainly can use a lower speed than this. Just till it's smooth. Okay, now I'm going to show you the texture, what I have so far. Okay, I hope you can see that. Really creamy. You can really smell that peanut butter. It smells great. All right, now the dry ingredients. What you're going to need is 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, and we're going to just start to beat that in and add it in there slowly. That was 2 cups of all-purpose. And just beat it till it's relatively combined. Now, you're also going to be needing 1.5 cups of either old-fashioned, or you can use your quick oats. So whatever one you prefer, the one that you maybe have. But it's 1.5 cups. I'm using the old-fashioned oats. And again, just till it's blended. Now, you're going to be putting in a teaspoon of baking powder, and you're also going to put a teaspoon of baking soda in. And you're going to stay with it till it's all combined. All right, and that really is so quick, and that's why I like the stand up so much. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start slowly adding the trail mix. I'm not going to beat it on high because I don't want to break up you know, everything, but I do want to be able to combine it without doing it by hand. That's the rest of the trail mix. Now I'm going to raise my speed just for a second or two. Okay, I find that it just distributes it a lot more evenly than if I do it by hand. But you can certainly put that trail mix in by hand with your spoon or spatula or whatever you're using. Now I'm just taking off the excess off my beater there. And now I'll just bring everything together, and then I want to show you this beautiful cookie dough. And it makes for a lot. You're going to get, I get about 60 cookies out of this recipe. It's going to be dependent on you of how big, of course, you make these cookies. But you can see that beautiful trail mix, okay? So next we're going to need, of course, a baking sheet or pan. It doesn't have to be greased or sprayed. And again, I want to remind you that you're watching Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. Okay, and this is the size cookie scoop that I'm using. It's actually not the smallest, it's 1 step up. And I just like to take 1 level of the cookie, okay, and do put them about 2 inches apart because they are going to spread. Now you're going to put them in a preheated oven at 375 degrees, and they're going to take you anywhere from 9 to 10 minutes depending on your oven, because we do realize that all our ovens set up so differently. Now once they come out of the oven though, let them sit on your hot pan, cookie pan, whatever, for at least about a minute or so, because otherwise they're going to break up. And then put them on your cooling rack till you're ready to serve them, or, you know, wrap them up. I like to actually, the ones that I don't use, I just wrap them very well individually and then in a plastic freezer bag. And I keep them in the freezer for, well, for almost a couple months, I can get those cookies to stay nice and fresh and taste good. I want to rinse my hands really quick here, because I want to show you what they look like once they're baked up. And this is how they turn out. They make for a really pretty cookie. You'll be able to see, you know, the large chunks of chocolate and peanuts and almonds, or whatever that your trail mix has in it, with raisins, or maybe the trail mix has coconut in it. But you're going to be able to see these lovely cookies bake up with all these beautiful ingredients in it. A nice golden brown. If you like it a little bit of a crispier cookie, leave it for a minute or so, a little longer. When you break open these cookies, I want to show you again the beautiful brown, okay? They'll be really very moist and chewy on the inside, yet they have, you know, a crispy top and edges to them. So they're just great with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, a glass of milk, that type of thing. Well, that's it for me today for Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. These trail mix cookies really come out delicious. They really do. I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. And oh, I do want to mention, there are many people that I've noticed have asked me questions about different things that I've baked, and I'm unable to answer them because the individuals that have taken my videos and copied them, whatever channels they're all called, well, your question is there, but of course I can't reply. So please, if you want to write to me, if you want to watch my videos, and I appreciate for everyone that has subscribed and watches my videos, please turn to YouTube for Diane Lovetobake. I'm going to be able to answer your questions. I love to hear from you, but you've got to remember to please watch YouTube. That's the site that I'm able to answer your questions. So thanks again, and thanks for watching Diane Lovetobake on YouTube.